Hey everyone, it's Alicia, also known as Vacchielli, and today I'm getting into Officer Jenny, so that's going to be fun. So first thing that we always start off with is pinning our hair back while we do the makeup, of course. Next I'm going to do is I'm going to put some lip gloss on, and I'm going to, it's little gummy bears on this, and I'm going to use the ColourPop ColourPop Roller Lip Gloss because I need it because my lips are so dry. Next, as always, we're going to moisturize our face. So the first moisturizer I'm going to use is my Aveeno Daily Moisturizing Lotion. And I'm going to work that all over the face. Okay. Now I'm also going to do the Garnier Skincare Water Rose thing. It's just in like a little glass container. I really like it actually. I'm going to grab some and I'm going to focus it on my more dry areas of my face. Alright, now that that is on, we're going to prime, of course. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I am not going to be gluing down my eyebrows, so if that's the kind of tutorial you want, this is not the video for you. You'll find a different video. I have never successfully glued down my eyebrows, so I am not the one to look for. So I'm going to take and I'm going to start tapping the primer like right here. And then I'm going to grab some more and just keep tapping it into my skin. I've noticed that if I tap the product, it kind of works a little bit better personally. And then really focus it down here. Go like this, and then I take some and I tap it kind of on the middle, in between my forehead. I'm going to apply some right here. Then going to apply some to my chin. Then I'm going to take and apply it underneath my eye. And keep tapping it through my face. And now I am done priming because I only kind of just keep it in my T-zone area. So now it's going to come to color correcting. And what I'm going to be using for color correcting is my little Wet n Wild thing that I have. Little quad, and of course I'm going into the yellow as normal. And I'm going to tap that underneath my eye. The same thing on the other side. Okay. Now I'm going to take the tiniest bit of green and I'm just going to tap it right here. Like actually the tiniest bit. See how it just neutralizes it just a little bit. So I neutralize it just the tiniest bit. My nose is a little red right now too, so I'm just going to tap the green very slightly on my nose just to kind of, again, neutralize the red out. And it doesn't need to be super duper thick because we will put foundation on top of this. You just kind of want to essentially calm it down a little bit. Is like the whole goal. So it's a little more even, but doesn't have to be crazy perfect because we'll be adding blush and contour, so it's going to hide it a little bit. Alright, now we are going to move on to foundation. This is my favorite foundation. I'm trying not to use it up right now because I have a bunch of other foundations that I'm trying to get through, but I'm going to be using this one, and it is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Wear. And I just take a little bit and I pump it onto my beauty blender. It's been a while since I've used this. I'm going to tap it around here and tap it down my neck. And I will be going over my lips. And I'm going to focus a little bit more below my neck. Really just okay. Now I'm going to grab some more. Tap on the other side of my face. There's cat hair everywhere, as per usual. And it gets stuck to my sponge, even though my sponge sits in a drawer until I use it next time, which isn't very often right now, because, you know, wearing a mask kind of can't wear foundation with it, and kind of stupid if you do. Alright. Tap it on my forehead. Okay. Now, I'm going to put a little bit more on my nose. Just a little bit. Okay. Now it's time to contour. Yay! We'll be using my LA Girl Pro Conceal, as per usual. Okay. And this is like, I just squeezed it, so I'm going to be very delicate with the lines that I put on my face. And then I'm going to take and just put a tiny bit on each of these sides, and then here. Down. And whatever I don't like or is like all fucky, I will fix with concealer. It is a little bit kind of fucked up right here. There. Alright. blend this out. You just kind of keep buffing it, and you move down as you buff, and it really helps it out. It's gonna look a little Borderlands, JoJo-ish at first, but then as you blend it out, and move down, then you'll have a jawline. See? Wow. Wow. And then you're gonna move to this part. You're gonna start like this, moving it down, then you're gonna start moving it up a little. You kind of want to keep it where you put it, especially if it has have a little bit of discoloration, just right underneath your cheekbones, which I looked into why that could be, and I've been told it could be because I take birth control, so I'll believe that, I guess. Okay, and then I'm going to blend out a little bit underneath my lip. And the reason I put that there is to kind of make my lips a little more prominent. Then this is where the delicate work gets. So you're gonna kind of lightly tap the sponge where you need it to be. And because it's a new, yeah, I can't help this. Because it's a new, like, whenever you squeeze the concealer out, it's going to just be really intense. And there's nothing you can really do to fix that. And I use a very light hand when I do it. Okay. So now that my nose is just too dark for the rest of my face, I'm going to grab my concealer and just throw things down. I'm not going to conceal yet because I'm going to use blush before I conceal. The blush I'll be using is this liquid blush from the Cream Shop, and it is in shade La Peach. I don't know how to say the first word. Anyways, I'm going to open it up. It looks like this, and I have this little thing. I'm going to go into it a couple of times, and we'll have to dip back into this a couple of times. But I will go like this, and I'll be very light-handed. And then I'm going to bring it kind of inwards, but I'm focusing most of it on the outside, then bring it inwards, and we're going to go back in again, of course. Wait, no, I have to do this first, because once I put the concealer on under my eyes, I have to set that immediately. So there's a little bit of a different process when I use a cream blush, because it's like I have to do this part of my face, like do the blush on my cheeks, conceal in my under eyes, set that part of my face, and then highlight the rest of everything, because I have to put blush on my nose and all that, but I can't really do that when I'm going to cover it up again. You know, I have to like highlight my nose obviously and like fix that. Okay, just keep tapping and just keep tapping it out. And this part I'm really going to focus on kind of blending out a little bit. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to conceal my under eyes and then set my under eyes, and I'm going to conceal with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus concealer and powder with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus translucent setting powder. Oh, shh. There's too much powder. Okay. Now I'm going to take the concealer and wipe off some of the excess, and then I'm going to take it and go right like that. I don't bring it down in a big triangle or anything. Actually, if I just don't blend it out, it should be... Well, because I've never let this sit before I blend it out. I always blend it out first, and I'm not about to try today. So I'm going to blend it out, bring it down a little bit. because the second I conceal, I always set it, because it's like, if I don't, I could crease really, really bad and it just won't look good. And even after you blend it out, it can still be a little bit rough. I do not care what anybody says. There's no way, because they're like, oh, just blend it back. No. There's no just blending it back out. Where did my brush I was using go? Here it is. Okay. I'm going to dip into some of the powder, not a whole bunch, and I'm just going to sweep underneath both of the eyes. I'm not really going to set the blush or anything. I'm really just setting where I put concealer. Okay, now, except for on the nose, I'm going to have to, because I'm concealing my nose. I'm going to go above the brow only because the contour kind of went above my brows just a little bit. Then I'm going to take my nose, go like this, and then drag it down, and then bring it on the edges of my nose. Then I take it, and I always do this now. Lead them under, here it is. I'm going to start with the first thing that I've done. And I go to my chin always after, because I don't know, I just kind of like to do it that way. Then my upper lip. Then my nose. And this part. Also, y'all should let me know if, like, you guys would like to see me stop showing my face tutorial parts, and if you guys just want me to just show, like, just when I do the eyes and stuff of my other makeup, not of, like, cosplay makeup, of course, because I kind of have a reason I'm showing all of it, just to be like, this is how I change my face shape a little bit. Alright, I'm going back into the blush. I'm going to just tap on the very edge of it a couple of times, and then I'm going to tap on my nose. I'm really going to focus it right there. And people are like, but you're adding red back onto your nose, and you just like you put color corrector on early. Did you? Yeah, because I wanted everything to. Yeah. I have my reasonings, because it's not the kind of red I want on the rest of my face. That's why. I want to set this right here. Then I am going to set my neck, because I just want to. Really. Now let's just tap a little bit right here. Tap a little bit right there. Alright, now I'm going to set my nose. And like right on my forehead too. And I want to tell people, like, you can be conservative with like the amount of powder you use. Also, especially when it comes to Jesus, where did all that powder come from? I didn't get that much in my brush. What the hell? Jesus, I'm saying you can be conservative. It just flies everywhere. Oh my god. That's ironic and funny at the same time. Anyways, here we go. There. I'm kind of buffing the powder in. Anyways, you can be a little more conservative when it comes like to your powders and stuff, especially when you cosplay, because a lot of those characters are not meant to be like super matte in real life. They're meant to be like, they have beautiful dewy skin and things like that. Alright, now that I set certain parts of my face, well, I guess I'm going to work on the eyebrow, well actually the eyes, and then we'll do the eyebrows, and then we'll do the lips. So, I'm going to take my eye primer as usual, which is the e.l.f. 16 Hour Camo Concealer. cosplay makeup tutorials are always a little bit faster for me because the face doesn't take nearly as much time. Also, the eyes don't take nearly as much time because I'm not trying to do intricate colors. You're just trying to do, you know, natural, unless, you know, some anime characters do wear makeup, but not many. I'm going to tap this out. Sorry, there was a little bit of cut. If you guys noticed it, I was trying to find a particular powder that I like to use to set my eyes, but I'm just not able to, and that's okay. And oh my god, I'm so sorry about that sound. Why are they mowing the lawn at 4 o'clock? What the fuck? Whatever. Okay, so, oh, there it is, I found the powder. So I'm trying to use up this banana powder because I got it as like a gift from somebody. Because what they did is they had like a bunch of, well, not really a gift, a bunch of makeup they didn't want. And so they gave it to me. They're like, I don't know what to use banana powder for. And I'm like, well, you're the wrong skin color, hun. That was for, oh my fucking god. Anyways, I'm going to take the banana powder to set my eyes. That's what I've been doing recently. Because I mean, there's nobody that I know that is like a, you know, darker complexion that could actually use this, that uses makeup. A lot of the girls that I know that are of darker complexion don't wear makeup, really. I mean, they wear like some mascara and that's like pretty much it. So I don't really have anybody I could really give this to. And they don't really know anybody that wears a lot of makeup either. My eyebrow's still a little brown up here, but it's whatever. I'm just setting. So I have like an alcoholic neighbor. I'll have to get into those people. But I have these like alcoholic neighbors and shit, and they're yelling at the guy right now for mowing the lawn. They're like, what the fuck are you doing? You're loud. I can hear them. I don't know if you guys can hear them yelling, but they're like, what the fuck are you doing? And they're like screaming at them. They're fucking weird. I guess I could probably get into, you know, my drunk neighbors. So randomly, like one night, there's just weird stuff that happens like right in front of our apartment that we can see through our window with. So we're just sitting there and I'm listening to videos and my fiance's like, what are they doing? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, I don't know, there's some drunk people screaming out there. And I'm like, what are they doing? And we look, there's a girl and a guy, and so the girl and the guy live here. They're dating or whatever. And the other guy is just like a friend that's over all the time drinking too. But they're punching, well, one of the guys is punching the fence that's like surrounding our apartment. He's just punching the shit out of it. He's like, bah, 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 like going at it. And the guy like falls to the ground. I was like, ow. And I'm like, yeah, you idiot. You just punch a bunch of wood. We didn't know if he like bled on it or anything, but we text like our friend who like lives in the same apartment complex. And he's like, oh, I'm about to go grab my mail. Also, this is like midnight. He's fucking weird. Because he goes to the gym at like 1 o'clock in the morning. But anyways, he was like, yeah, no. He's like, no, there's no blood. But he's like, you can tell it's been hit. He's like, what the fuck? And like, it's just weird shit that these people around me that I live with do. Man, Florida's fucking wild. Florida is one wild freaking state, bro. They do stuff I don't understand. Alright, so now it is time to contour the eyes. But I'm not using the palette that I know I can trust on. It's my trusty palette that I don't want to use until I officially go to cons again. So, I'm going to be using this thing. It's, Makeover Essentials. My coworker, again, gave this to me. A lot of this is, my coworker gave this to me, and I'm using it because I didn't buy it with my own money, so I don't feel nearly as bad using it up for things that are just practice. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so, it doesn't really open more than this. I'm going to go into, actually, I'm going to go into that shade first to kind of mark out where I want stuff to be. I don't want it to be too much. So I'm going to make a straight line with the brown shadow, like right here. I'm going to make a straight line like that. That's the first thing I always do, no matter what cosplay it is. So I'm going to go like this. I've already kind of looked at pictures of Officer Jenny. It's really going to be just standard easy. Like, she doesn't really have a distinctive eye shape. It's just like standard kid anime eyes. You know what I'm talking about. Things that a kid could easily redraw, and I think that's kind of like something that they were looking for, is like simple designs and stuff like that. See, it's a little too intense on this side. I think I got too much powder, but you know. But this palette is not bad at all. It has a lot of kickback. That's the only thing I could say. Sorry about that weird face I just made. I don't know if I'll cut it out or not. Probably not. Because I don't like to edit my videos too much. It takes too much of my time and I get bored very easily watching myself. Alright. It has a lot of kickback, and that's the one thing I don't like, because I have palettes that work just as well or even better that don't have that much kickback. Because I don't like when powder gets on my floor. So I'm going to go into the darkest shade right here. I just tapped into it. And then I'm going to really focus it on the middle of it and kind of not blend it out too much outward. I'm just going to keep it really inward, and then I will take a like clean blending brush and I'll blend it out a little bit more. I probably won't need that palette again. Not gonna need it, not gonna need it, not gonna need it again. Okay, now I'm going to take my clean blending brush, and I'm going to hold out farther, and I'm just going to kind of focus blending out the central area a little bit, but like kind of windshield wipers and a little bit of circling, but I don't want to blow it up to my eyebrow too much. I kind of want to just keep it in this general shape, because I'm trying to pull the eyes kind of outward, because trying to make them look a little bit bigger. Which we're going to do something that I haven't done in years, because I used to do like crazy like Lolita makeup stuff for fun back in high school in my room alone, and never posted it anywhere. So I always had a white eyeliner, and I've had a plethora of these over my life. And the best one I've ever used is the NYX retractable one. So I'm going to take and put it in my waterline. Right like that. And a little bit will get on your lashes, but we'll fix that later. My eyes have not been used to having an eyeliner put in it for many years. I have not done this in many, many years. It's not the same one. Oh my god. Don't use an eyeliner that's like years old. That is so bad for your eyes. Please don't do that. Your eyes are like your most precious part of your body. Personally. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a brush. I'm going to brush off the eyeliner that kind of got onto them. Oh, sorry, my mouth is doing that weird shape thing. That's so fucking ugly. Anyways, alright, there we go. I brushed some of it off. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab a thinner brush, because I don't want it to be too thick. This will work right here. It's one of the ones that I take like some of my eyelash glue and I kind of like pull it down to kind of make it a little bit thinner. But I'm going to grab the dark brown shade at the very bottom again. Grab that onto my brush and tap off the excess. And I'm going to take it and go right here. Like this first. And then I'm going to grab the shadow again. And I'm going to take and make a line like this. This is what I used to do with when I did my like Lolita-like makeup. So I used to do that right there. That right here. And then I would take this brush in particular and I would just buff out this edge right here. just so it wouldn't be so intense. But I will be going over with the eyeliner with this. But you see, like, how it makes my eyes look bigger and more, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. You're picking up what I'm putting down. You're smart. You got it. Good job. You've done great, sweetheart. All right. Now, again, I just gotta cover the bottom. I gotta cover my mouth when I'm doing stuff like this. That's not an attractive face. That is, it's not it, Chief. All right. That means I'm so old, isn't it? So now I'm going to take and I'm going to do that again with my eyes. And then grab the little brushy brush and blend it out. Wow. It's been so long since I've done that technique. And I remember why I liked it now. Alright. Now I'm going to do my eyeliner. Like the black eyeliner. I'm just going to give you a general, like, this is how I do it. Because recording how I do it's really hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a thin line on the end part. Take it, make a straight line out, bring it kind of straight line out, bring it downish, bring this up, make that, and then make like a second little wing, then make a little one right there. That's the goal we're hoping to make. Who knows? I'll be back once I am done with my eyeliner because it's so hard. Oh, then when I do the bottom, I go like this and then make a line like that. You'll see when I come back what I'm talking about. But it's just so hard to record. I've tried recording it, and I'm like, I lose my concentration, and I'm trying to worry about actually explaining it instead of doing it, so it looks like shit. So I'm gonna go, I'll be back, and then we'll finish the rest of this shit. We look a little crazy right now, because the bottom eyeliner doesn't look great. So I'm taking the brush, and I'm just gonna blend out the line so it's not nearly as harsh. I'm using shade Raven in this. It has a little sparkle to it, but that's okay. Alright, grab a little bit more, but are these sides even? Fuck no. But do I care? Same exact no, but this is the general shape I like to go for, which will be good for, I have secret cosmetics. I almost spilled the beans. I gotta keep the beans in the can. It's time to put the beans out the can. But the beans, well, technically, some of them come in bags, but, you know, whatever. So, some of the eyeliner did get in my waterline, but it's okay. So now that we've done that, we're going to take, where's the brush I need? This brush. It's like the Wet n Wild brush, but we're just going to, it has nothing on it, so we're going to blend it out, buff it out. I forgot to highlight my face. How dare I? We'll go highlight in a second. I just want to blend this out. I'm poking my eye. I just choked. Okay. Now I need to grab my favorite highlighting brush. And then grab a decent highlighter if it wasn't from... See, the guy that was running Too Faced that I didn't like, I didn't know he left, but I think he still has shares in the company, and so I'm like, I don't know about all that. Oh no, look at my brush. Oh no. Anyways, taking the Too Faced Love Light in Blinded by the Light. Blinded by the light. And I just want a really natural glow. And I always take excess and kind of put it on certain parts. My lips look so scary because they do not have any makeup product on it. So, much cider. think it's this side. Yeah, it is. Okay. Just don't worry, this makeup will look a little less crazy when I get the wig on and everything. And I am getting in cosplay really late. Typically, I get into cosplay at like 10 in the morning, and then I'm done by like 11 noon. But I got in it really late today because I had to, well, I try to wake up at 7 for plasma because I sell my plasma. If you didn't know, that's how I bought this cosplay. And, well, the thing is, I try to wake up at 7. I take sleeping medicine because I have just chronic sleeping problems, and they would not just let me wake up at 7. I slept through my alarm, so, I mean, there's that. Okay, so, part of the way done. Now we have to put color in our eyebrows. Will this stain our eyebrows? Probably. Actually, that's why you just fill them in the next day. And I'm not going to use my favorite brush because I don't want to get blue on it. Sadly, I will miss this brush. This is my favorite eyebrow brush. I think I have a close-ish one to it. Let me check really quick. I don't, but we're going to go into the James Charles Morphe palette. And I'm going to, oh, my lord, tap into this shade and then tap into a little bit of the green to hope it makes like a teal-like color. That's the whole goal. We'll see when I, oh my god, when I do the tail of my eyebrow in a second. And if it does end up working, a little bit more blue, I think, and it should be right. Okay. Well, that's good to know if I just add a little bit more blue to it. Try it this time. Yeah, that's better. Okay, awesome, awesome. So I am going over my natural brow. I hate gluing my brows down. I just don't like it. I just really, really, really don't like it, like, at all. I've never, every time I try, I fail. Like, every time. No matter what, I fail. Alright, so I'm going to go a little bit over the tail again, and then go like this, and I'm going to, which I haven't done colored brow cosplay, other than like a black color in a long freaking time. Because I did Toru last. Toru Hyundai from Fruits Basket. If you guys don't know, she has brown hair. And my eyebrows are brown. So, that helped out quite a bit. But the one I did before that was Yumiko from Kakiguri. She has black hair. And making your eyebrows go from brown to black is quite easy. However, I will never glue my eyebrows down again. That was hell. And I did it for 3 days for Pensacon, and I hated every second of it. Every morning I was stressed. Every time I looked in a mirror, I was stressed. And before you guys, I almost posted these videos. It was me attempting like cosplay makeup, and every single time I tried a different brow video. Every single time. I went through 12 different brow videos. Could never find one that actually worked for me. I followed drag queen tutorials. Like, I went to the source of gluing the freaking eyebrows down. The people that made that shit couldn't figure it out. I've tried it so many different ways of, oh, you brush down with the glue, then you brush through the hairs, then you brush up with the glue. Like, well, you brush up first, comb through it, brush down, comb through it again, and do it 3 times. Then you're going to powder it before it dries. Oh, no, you're going to let it dry for just a few seconds in this one. Then you powder it. Then you're going to do this. Well, you're going to conceal before you powder. You're going to do this before you powder. You're going to do that this way. None of them worked. Couldn't figure it out. And if you try to give me a suggestion, I'm not going to care. I'm not going to follow it. I have tried too many different ways, and none of it ever worked. So Officer Drenny has some dark brows in this cosplay. But the James Charles palette are really good, because you can, the Morphe palette in general, like that Morphe palette in particular, because it just works so well. So I'm a little nervous about using this because I don't want to get blue in this, because I don't want there to be blue in the brow. But however, I don't want my brows to look like this. You see what I'm saying? But also, this gel has become brown over how many times I've used it. So I'm just going to have to sacrifice the possibility that this might fuck everything up. And I just want to because I just want the shape to be the way I want it to be. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe all the excess off on my hand. That's the only thing I can think of doing to get all of it off. Just all of it. Now my hands are covered in mascara. However, they're the shape I want them to be. They're laying how I want them to be, and it helped the powder get a little more into them. So now I'm going to go, oh, I almost forgot something very important. I need to highlight my eyes. But how I do is I get a little bit of the highlighter, I tap right here on each side, just a little bit. Then I take it and I go and I tap it here and I blend it out with my finger to kind of add a little bit of a high point. And there you go. It is not really super noticeable except for in person. So now I'm going to put mascara on. I don't do false eyelashes except for during con time because I don't like wasting them in particular, but I think I will try them out today just so I can show you guys how I like to do them. I learned this from somebody on TikTok, actually. I think her name on TikTok is Sad Babe or something like that. Anyways, I'm going to take one of the eyelashes. I got them from AliExpress, honestly. I'm probably going to buy them from a smaller business next time. What I want to do is I want to grab one like this, okay, on your lashes. Then you're going to take and you're going to kind of measure it to your eye. Alright, you're not going to put it on just yet. Alright, so I'm going to clip this part off. Like the first third of the lash off. Done. Finito. He's gone. Actually not. He'll be used. I'll show you how. So what now we're going to do is we're going to get the Duo lash glue, because that's the only acceptable lash glue, and it has to be clear. I don't get what people use black. They're like, oh, it's like adding an eyeliner on it. No. Oh, no, ma'am. No, it's not. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So, you're going to grab and you're going to paint on the glue. I'm going to grab a little bit more. You try not to overdo the glue because then it'll never dry and it'll just be too wet. And you're going to leave it for like 15 to 30 seconds. You're going to kind of wave it. Oh. This is supposed to be on the other eye. Silly me. You're going to like... Okay. Now it's a little sticky. You're going to take and you're going to put this on the outer part of your eye. And it's okay if it's not perfect because you have black eyeliner to cover all your mistakes up. And when you get the ones from AliExpress, they have that really thick band. And now what we're going to do with this extra little guy is we're just going to add him to the very, very outer part. Her eye shape, she's able to like use a little bit more. However, I cannot because my eye shape, if I do too much, it just doesn't look right. If I cut too much of it off. Okay. Now we're going to let this dry for another 15 to 30 seconds. We will, of course, add mascara after the fact. Don't you worry. Then you're going to add this to the very outer part. And if can you lay down where you belong? Sir. You're not being a part of the program. The program says you have to be a part of it, though. Okay, there you go. And so it really just adds some more volume to the outer. Okay, he just fell right off. Sir. Well, I'll try some more glue. I'll try more. It's not working this time. But I've tried it before and like just on my own just to see how it would look on my eye shape, and it looks really nice. So I'm trying this freaking in. Sir. There we go. Okay. Now we're gonna leave him be. He's sticking finally. And we'll grab one from the other side. And I will not be doing this until like con time again. I'm actually going to have to order more eyelashes, I'm thinking. So I'm going to go, and I'm probably going to order a few different kinds just to be safe. Alright, so measure it. Okay. Clip this part off. Then clip. Oh no, where did you go? Come back, little guy. I've lost him. I'll be right back. So I lost that part of that lash. I have another lash that I just saved. So I'm freaking weird. And I would save, like, these lashes aren't meant to be reusable, but I kept one for each eye that's like all kind of fucky. And I was like, just in case I want to practice something new with my lashes, I'll just keep one. And look at this. I need it. A little crusty, all right? Just a little, but we don't judge in this household. And he was like, from my first con, I used him all 3 days, which I should not have done with these cheap lashes. I'm thinking about trying magnetic lashes. I don't know how they work, so we'll see. I'm going to try some, like, they actually have these really nice ones at Dollar Tree that I can find. Sometimes they're like these 3D minks, like fake faux mink lashes or whatever they're called. They're actually quite nice, but I want to try some Kiss ones from, like, just like some Kiss brand ones. Right. Are you sticky now? Yeah. Oh god. Oh god. It wouldn't, okay. My, like, literally, my fingers couldn't get close enough. More glue! Because once the glue dries down, you can't really get it to stick. And the glue on these dry very, very fast. Like, that's the whole thing that they're trying to do. It's not. Okay. I'm not the best at putting false eyelashes on. I mean, obviously. I'm having lots of trouble. There we go. Took forever. Now I'm going to take my little crusty boy. It's okay, we forgive him. It's not his fault. He was used and abused. bit of glue. I probably could already stick on without some glue. So much gunk on it. It's really cool to talk about. I mean, I just kept them because, like, what if I want to practice with, like, some weird shit like this? I need it. I need it. Okay, it's sticky. So stick. Ta-da! Now we're going to add mascara, and we're going to be using the Mega Plush Volume Express. To be honest, guys, I used to love this in high school. I don't know why. I loved it for some... Oh, shit, I meant to curl my lashes first. It's okay. Everything's alright. So I'm going to take, and I'm going to just... You don't want to press for too long because it can rip your lashes out if you do that. So you're just there to press them together. Hi. It's just so much work to put like this on, and I like to keep them for cosplay, but and it's been quite a while since I've worn them, but do they look pretty? Absolutely. That's gonna be one long tutorial. I thought it was gonna be quicker than this. Boy, was I wrong. Wow, look at me go. Alright, now we're just gonna... 5 seconds is all I did for this side. I tried 10 on the other. Yeah, 5 works just as well. So I'd say do 5 maybe. Just so you can be a little more safe about like ripping your lashes. Also when you take the thing off, like be really careful taking it off. Look at me from the side. I'm like, ooh, ooh. Which I really appreciate. That person on TikTok that showed this. It was an amazing thing to learn. And I'm just kind of... I don't like this mascara for my bottom lashes. It like takes so much work to make my bottom lashes look distinct at all with this mascara, and I hate that. The Great Lashes, Lots of Lashes on my bottom lash line looks amazing. I love that mascara. But I'm trying to try out all Maybelline mascaras to put them all to the test to see who's the best. Like no one ever was. Also, this one dries out the absolute quickest. I've never had to rehydrate a mascara twice in a month. This one I've had to do that. It is ridiculous. I'm a little pissed about that. Alright, now it's time for the lips. Jenny is fairly neutral when it comes to her lips, so I don't want to do something like crazy, but I want it to stay down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I know, don't say anything in the comments about it. I bought it so long ago. Don't say shit. Is it a good product? Absolutely, but you know. So I'm going to take some on my finger. Take a little bit on my finger. Then I'm going to just oh no. Typically my lips aren't dry when I do this. Alright. Then I'm going to take a little bit of this. It's a NYX mascara in Lip Lie or something. And I'm going to tap that on my inner part of my lips. Then I'm going to take a clean finger and buff it out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this lip gloss. I typically have a clear one, I don't right now. I'm going to take this e.l.f. lip lacquer, and it's almost empty, but I'm going to take my pinky, I think, and I'm just going to tap on my lips, like kind of just mostly in the center. Yeah. Now this is the completed makeup look. I'm going to go put the wig on, style the wig, see how easy that is, and I'll let you guys know all about that. So yeah, I will go do that, tell you guys how I feel about the wig, how I like it, this, that, and the other. So, I'll be back in just a minute. Bye. Hey everyone, I'm back, and I'm now in full cosplay. The wig, it's a little messy. I try to brush it out to the best of my abilities. I think the only thing that's going to help it is when I do the baby powder treatment. I just try not to do it before cons, because it comes out then, and then like, I gotta go all over again, so I just wait till like, it's kind of like 2 or 3 days before the con, and then this collar is a little weird. I wait like 2 or 3 days before the con, and then I start working on all the wigs and stuff. But other than the wig being a little messy, I quite like this cosplay, of course. So now I'm going to take photos in it, and then I'm going to stream. So, everyone have a good rest of your day. Be good people, do plenty of good things, drink plenty of water. Follow me at Twitch at Valkyali, follow me on Twitter at Valkyali, follow me on Instagram at Valkyali. Bye!